spawning in the upper right in the blue for Good Game Gaming. Give it up for Patience. And his opponent in the bottom left in the red, representing the Shopify Rebellion, former world champion. He is BYUN. So again, BYUN showed some tremendous ability in this matchup. In the first, well, in his group, right? He did 2-1. I want to say it was Creator, which, granted, no, it wasn't Creator. Who did he? We just talked about this. I had this in my notes, and then I, cannot remember player names, and that's always fun. But anyway, he did 2-1 a Protoss player as part of his journey here to get on into the round of 8, and he looked damn good doing it. So. Cannot be too surprised. We're not going to be too surprised to see him, well, maybe to see him beat Patience here, especially considering Patience was just kind of saying that he didn't feel all that comfortable in this matchup. He said that he cannot ever win against BYUN. Now, I don't know whether that is true or not. I don't know whether that is mind games from the part of our player here, but it's certainly something to pay attention to. Yeah, no, never mind. It wasn't the Creator. It was BYUN. There we go. Did BYUN go Reactor? Okay, he went Marine into Reactor. Say, man, did he go Reactor first? Jeez, BYUN, that's greedy. Now, Patience, of course, is not guaranteed to do any sort of early aggression. I mean, he will have an Adept that's going to find its way across the map, and maybe even a second that's going to try to delay this command center. Now, 2,000 atmospheres is a longer map. It's not a Beckett. It's not a submarine. So, if the Adept finds its way across, when the Adept finds its way across the map, I don't think it won't be here in time to delay the command center. Now, it may be able to delay mining for just a little bit of time, and that is going to be annoying, but it's not going to be more than that. And maybe it's going to get an SCV too. Oh, it's not even going to get the SCV. Nice play there from BYUN. I do like this from Patience, though. Going straight Phoenix here out of that Stargate will allow him to be able to defend a lot of the aggressive options that BYUN has opted to go for. And while BYUN does have a couple builds that really don't deal with his that really handle Phoenix well, this is not one of them. BYUN is not going for his 3 racks opener with a 3rd command center, or just a pure on aggressive 3 racks opener that he does like to do on occasion. This is just going to be a Widowmine drop, and Widowmines against Phoenix, well, if the Phoenix are not in position, yeah, the drops can be good, but this really, a Phoenix are a great way of making sure that this type of drop really gets nothing done whatsoever, especially considering, well, it's going to get scouted here. So the Phoenix should be able to find this medevac, and realistically, not a whole lot should get done. Hello, ambulance. How's it going? Yeah, there we go. The Phoenix will find this drop going in. Widowmines are going to get dropped here, and yeah, there we go. Oh, wow, man, I thought that last Widowmine was going to find its way on out. That is not the case. So all 3 Widowmines will die. The medevac does die, and this is a fantastic start here for Patience. He takes literally 0 damage, and BYUN committed to that. He committed to the medevac. He committed to the Widowmines. Well, you want to see some value out of that, even if it is only 3 probes. That is kind of like the minimum normal damage. Well, you're here now. Welcome. Glad you're here with us this morning to catch some fantastic BYUN games, at the very least. Some fantastic Patience games, some Zest games, and some Solar games. And I want to see BYUN advance on it. Like, I love watching BYUN. Oh, is he going to get a Phoenix? He will. Nice job there. Nice catch with that Cyclone. And as much as I love BYUN, I kind of hope we see a Zerg and a Protoss find their way out of this group, because it was Innovation and Bunny. found their way out of Group A to the detriment of Rogue and BYUN. So right now we have 2 Terrans in the round of 4, and as much as I love money, or as much as I love innovation, and explicitly as much as I love BYUN, I don't want to do TVT. I want there to be a little bit of matchup variability there. So that is my hope, that is my dream. And anyway, oh yeah, okay, Patience will be on top of that. And here's the thing, so he builds only 5 Phoenix. Now there are a couple different ways that you do play this Phoenix style in TVP. There's the one that says, yes, I'm going to get Phoenix. I'm going to make sure that I always have 5 Phoenix. Even if I lose 1 or 2, I am going to be able to make sure that I have that, because 5 is the magic number and I want to be magic. There's another approach that is kind of the closer to the way that like stats plays, where it's not a 5 is not the magic number. He actually goes up to like 8 or 9. He says, yeah, I like having a lot of Phoenix. I think that's a really strong way to be able to defend against what Terran players do. But then there's what Patience is doing, which is, I'm only ever going to build 5 total Phoenix in this game. If I lose them, I lose them. I'm just going to slowly start losing them more and more. And well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to rebuild. And that does allow Patience, of course, to build a stronger ground army, but eventually his air fleet is not going to be as powerful as it was. And I'm not saying one style is better or worse than any other, but they are rather different stylistic changes. As BeoMulf, he's going to move out on the map here. He's looking for damage, but this is not the biggest of armies. But hey, he's going to find a pylon. He's going to find a gateway at the very least, and that's something. And what this is doing also is it is repositioning the army of Patience here. Patience, oh yeah, he's going to go take a fight on the right hand side, trying to do something. But of course, we do have this drop here from BeoMulf on the left hand side. You're going to get some damage done as well. And this is the scary thing. Oh, that's Seeker Missile too. That's a tasty thing indeed. So 3 workers do go on down, maybe a couple more here, but now with the Phoenix coming on back, well, this is the damage. This is the damage indeed. So the Phoenix will find this army with the Stalkers here. They will be able to do something about it. But now the drop is out, and how many Phoenix do we have left on the map? We have 2. So 2 Phoenix did go down. 19 probes is the damage. Okay, this drop's still alive. Jeez, and it's only going to be, never mind. 2 Phoenix will be all that is left here. I would have loved to see BeoMulf target that most recent Phoenix down, that last Phoenix down, and just remove the last little bit of air control that Patience does have. But now BeoMulf, he has his 3rd base on location. Of course, he's building some missile turrets. I'm not even sure that he needs them with 1.5 Phoenix really being all that is left. But, DTs later on are also going to be powerful indeed. But BeoMulf, he's just going to move command into that, and suddenly, well, you know what? Okay, he's going to lose the Raven. He's going to move command half of his army into the army of Patience, and Patience is a 20 army supply lead. This is getting a little bit scary here for BeoMulf, because what Patience is going to look to do here is he's going to look to snowball that advantage and run across the map. And just before BeoMulf really has an army that can fight this, can fight these 3 Colossus, he's just going to look to run across the map and kill BeoMulf, punish him for, doing everything. So BeoMulf just going to give him the 3rd base location here. He's like, look, I can't really fight this right now. I need more Vikings. How many does he have on the map? He has 2. He needs probably 2 more production cycles at the very least to be happy about things. Like, he picks up the 3rd command center for like a second. He's like, the pressure's done. It's fine. But again, Patience does have a terrifying army here. Eventually, BeoMulf will have an army supply lead. But for the moment, Patience is up army. And at this stage of the game, normally you expect the Terran to be up, right? Because they have committed for that early production. And, well, that's what you would expect. So, charge lots are just about done. Actually, charge is now done. And Zealots are finding their way across the map here. This is a lot of Marauders, though. And with the Vikings here, we're at that point where BeoMulf can start shelling away at the Protoss army. He can kind of start plinking away at the Protoss army with all of his Vikings. He's not to the point where he can take a fight yet. He does, of course, want 3 Vikings per Colossus. But now the SCUs are going to get pulled. The army's going to get pulled here. 7 workers do go down. But the Vikings are able to start shelling away. And with Guardian Shield, though, that makes a little bit of a problem here. As now BeoMulf, he's forced back on up into the high ground. He will lose 19 workers. But as long as he's able to hold, he's going to be happy. But he does not want to lose the 3rd base. So Patience will force the fight. And 1 Colossus does go down. 2nd Colossus does go down. Fantastic split on those disruptors. And you know what? I think, yeah, BeoMulf has enough here. With 1-1, and the disruptor shots running out. So yeah, BeoMulf with a fantastic split. He should have enough to deal with this. The last Colossus has like 1 HP. Come on, just attack with the Vikings. Vikings, just go kill it. BeoMulf really should go take the linear third though. This Colossus, by the way, has 2 HP. Yeah, that sounds about right. So meanwhile, Patience behind this has been able to rebuild his probe count to some extent, and while he's only on 53 workers, he doesn't need a ton of gas. We need the Vikings, just go kill it. That is a lot of Archons though. But anyway, yeah, Patience doesn't need nearly as much total income as he did previously, right? This is Charged Out Immortal Archon at this point, and Charged Out Immortal Archon against a bunch of how is this Colossus not dead yet? Charged Out Immortal Archon really needs a lot of minerals more than anything else, and there we go. The Colossus is now going to go down. The damage output here of this army from Patience is not as powerful as it once was, especially considering ByUN has 2-1 against the 0-0 of his opponent. Now SCVs are going to get pulled here. We need some good splits here from ByUN off the disruptors, and those splits will be there. Now the SCVs have pulled 13 SCVs have died once again, but ByUN, he's on 42. That's not a terrible amount. And now with the Widowmine's fire here, the Archons are starting to go on down as ByUN targets them down. This army of Patience is just starting to run out of steam. It looked really good for him. I mean, it looked like he was going to be able to make that push happen, but ByUN, he's got to make the good splits, and he will be able to have some decent splits. They're not perfect though. But of course, ByUN, he is rebuilding his workers. Patience, not really. Now ByUN's going to look to try to snowball this across the map, much like Patience did in the previous 5 minutes. Now, it should be noted here, ByUN is only on 3 bases. I mean, so is Patience. But Patience does have his 4th base just about done here. So ByUN, while he does have a better army, he's up 7 army supply, and he's massively up on upgrades. With his economy, it's not all that great. Patience has had a eco lead for just the last couple minutes. Although ByUN, that's now starting to swing back into ByUN's favor once again, as ByUN is able to mule out of that 3rd base for now. And what is ByUN going to do? Well, he's going to move out onto the map here, trying to take a position because he understands that his army is rather strong. What just... Okay, War Prison. Harass. Like, what just killed 2 SCVs, but there's nothing there. It's not like it's DTs. Anyway. ByUN is now here. I would like to see him go back into Vikings with the addition of these Colossus, but that's not exactly what he's going to do just yet here. ByUN's going to try to split on up, take as much damage as he can, but he's not going to really move on into things, right? He can't really go on into that choke, but what he can do is try to attempt to target down this base. The Widowmine shot is going to be decent. ByUN really just trying to find this concave that he can fight, because Blink is not done yet. So at the very least, he can kind of just kite these Stalkers out, do what he wants, as the Stalkers do run just a little bit faster than the Colossus do. But now Patience, finally, he's getting on into his upgrades. He does have Blink just about done. More and more charge lots on the way, and we're kind of equal, to be totally honest. ByUN, he's down 9 workers, but he does have mules, so that equalizes things just a little bit. ByUN does have his 4th base. Well, technically it's main base, but he is mining out of that 4th base. So he does have a fairly decent economy here. And really the only difference is Patience is mining a lot more gas. But I mean, ByUN's a Terran player. He doesn't really need that much gas for the moment. He will eventually. But for the moment here, he's totally fine on 2 gas. So we do have this drop coming on into the main base. Trying to knock down at the very least just as many pylons as possible, maybe. So he can supply block Patience here. And oh, look at this. ByUN's going to find the army too. Or Patience is going to find ByUN's army. Whatever the case, whatever you want to talk about. This drop is starting to get a lot of damage done. But Patience has a warp in on the other side of the map. And those 5 zealots will be able to force the mining here from ByUN away from things. But again, this drop has gotten so much damage done, depowering so much production here, actually killing so much production. And despite that, Patience is not supply blocked. He's close. He's almost supply blocked, but not quite. And now we do have the army of Patience here on the left-hand side trying to take this fight. But ByUN, he is going to split on out here trying to take the fight he can. These force fields are going to be very good, though. But it's the upgrades that I am worried about. ByUN's going to get on top of the Colossus. 1 Colossus is going to get stemmed upon. 2nd one is going to go on down here. Patience, he's microing for his life, microing for his dreams. But GG, ByUN. That being said, what? Oh, wow. The probes get the SCV. Granted, it's an eBay block, so, you know. But yeah, once you play like 20 games, and honestly, not that I necessarily condone this, but you can kind of auto leave those anyways. Point being, once you get through those like first 20 games, you're gonna get placed into bronze against other people of a similar caliber, and you're gonna be able to go from there. So, you know, eventually, yeah, the first couple games might not be all that much fun, but once you get past that point, you're going to be fine. And as long as you study build order, as long as you learn the build order that you want to play, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's a Reaper expand and you're playing Terran, whether it's a Gate expand, you're playing Protoss, or 16, 18, 17 as a Zerg, you'll be miles ahead over a lot of lower level players because, you know, you'll actually have some idea of what you're doing. So don't let that fear, you know, that's fair. So we do have this first adept across the map here, and unlike the previous game, right, this map is a lot shorter. Oxide is a much shorter rush distance than 2000 Atmosphere does, so this adept may actually be able to delay this command center. That being said, BYUN, he has 5 Marines already out on the map, so he's going to be able to fight this. Yeah, this adept is not going to get anything done here. And BYUN, we talked about that mass racks opening that he likes to do. Well, this is exactly what he's doing in this game. But Patience, he's opening with a Dark Shrine. This is something that Zest has been doing in this matchup a good bit, and I love it against what BYUN is doing in particular, because BYUN, by getting these early barracks, which, you know, that's what he's doing, he's not going to have a starport rather quickly. He's not going to have an eBay. Well, actually, no, he might get +1 with this. Maybe he's going to have an eBay. But he's certainly not going to have a starport. He's not going to have a Raven anywhere nearly timed out well. Maybe Moro. So at the highest of levels, the ability to deal with Storm is rather significant, right? Especially because BYUN did have Ghost at that point. So maybe Storms in a War Prism would have been enough, but Terrans are very good at just snap EMPing all of the High Templars they do move across the map. So yes, maybe the Storms would have landed, and, you know, honestly, if the Storms did land, maybe it was good, but I believe BYUN had Ghost at that point. So it is that Ghost versus EMP minigame is really the big reason why, well, Ghosts of or Storms have been less popular rather recently. So now we do, of course, have the DTs on out here, and while there is a lot of army here on the map for BYUN, and there is, it's all on the other side of the map here. So BYUN's going to be forced to kind of all in here, as he does not have any scans. So we will see a missile turret heading on up here in the main base. Okay, so he's gonna try to target down combat shields, but no, combat shields will survive. Nice repair. Meanwhile, we do have BYUN gonna stim on in. He's gonna depower the Robo as well. All of the High Templar go down. The Robo is actually just gonna get killed, not even canceled. And oh, look how much damage BYUN is getting here. He hasn't even gotten into the probe line yet. He will. That's just gonna be a GG. BYUN takes game number 2.